Hi everyone, and welcome to Buffett and Beyond Research, and today we're going over Palo Alto, and it's up 400% over the past 5 years. And folks, everybody needs cybersecurity. And remember, if you want to walk on this beach like Jimmy Buffett once did, you've got to learn how to invest even better than Warren Buffett does now. Don't forget that if you want a full free month subscription to any of these videos that we have, we put out 3 a week, 3 different videos on a Saturday. You get the 3 videos, and on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you get a letter on the market and timing the portfolios. All we need is your name and email. We want you to get a free month subscription so you can see what we're all about. All you have to do is go to buffettandbeyond.com. Buffett is spelled with 2 F's and 2 T's, buffettandbeyond.com, and give us your name, your email, and you'll start getting a full month free subscription to our letters. And let's look at Palo Alto. It offers a next-generation network of security platform that allows customers to secure their networks, content visibility and control, while safely enabling the increasingly complex and rapidly growing number of applications running on their networks. In other words, cybersecurity, folks. That's what you got to know. And let's look at Palo Alto. At first blush, it looks like, in green, Palo Alto was outperforming the average stock, the clean surplus ROE, but by a large amount. But Palo Alto is a relatively new company, so we're going to look a little closer at these numbers. Their net income, which is the clean surplus earnings, just a little above the average stock, and when it comes to revenue, it's almost doubling the average stock. But let's look a little closer here, because there's some things I really want to point out. First of all, when we went over Palo Alto last time, the 2023 net income, which the clean surplus earnings. What are the clean surplus earnings? They're earnings that are cleaned up to do away with future liabilities and non-recurring items. So what it does is make the earnings of one company comparable to the earnings of another company. In other words, the true purpose of a company is in this net income and not the other areas that may be a one-time event, like a sale of a piece of property which has nothing to do with the computers at all, or something of that sort. So anyway, 2023 was $1.10 and 2024 was $1.65. Now let's bring that up today and into 25. So 2023 was just about 6 months ago projected to be $1.10, and now it's $1.28. And this 2024 number of 280 was $1.65, so it's been upgraded. And now for 2025, we have new numbers of $3.25 or $3.20. And I want to bring up a point. When you have negative net income down here, it skews the book value, which is not shown here, and therefore the return on equity kind of gets skewed. But we look at this 26.4 and then 35.8, and we're saying, well, we're gradually rising here, so maybe these numbers are real, and we only have a couple of years of positive earnings. I mean, they were losing money back here, and now all of a sudden they're making money, but the money they're making is going up in value. Retention rate 100%. We want to see all the money it's making go back into it in order to grow. Now, the net income growth was up 118% last year, and for 2025 going to be 14.3%. So that's about a little bit more than average. But look what it did last year and look what it did the year before. So is it slowing down? Well, back to the net income, that's going up. So profits are going up. Now, revenue growth had a tough year this year, 2024, but going up 13.9% next year, which is twice the average stock. Now, what I want to show you here is that this 13% is going up over a small number, and that worries us a little bit. But back here, the revenue growth was very, very strong, so that's pretty nice for a stock. So we have our doubts about this stock, but yet it's a pretty good company. And come back here, the earnings, or the clean surplus earnings, are definitely going up. Now let's look at 1 year, and let's put Fortinet in that. So we have Palo Alto is the blue line, black line is the S&P 500, and this yellow line is Fortinet. And we see that Fortinet, well, Palo Alto too, look at this dive that it took in here, but it has been growing steadily ever since. Now, Fortinet had a nice growth in here, didn't have the downturn that Palo Alto did, but then it gradually drifted down and drifted down. Then when earnings came out a couple of weeks ago, bam, it shot right back up again. So these stocks are driving us crazy. They're both in the cyber security business, so they're in competition with each other. Let's look at 5 years. And over 5 years, again, black line is the S&P 500. Over 5 years, Fortinet and Palo Alto are pretty close to that 400% level up here, with Palo Alto a little bit ahead. So which one do you pick in here if you're going to get into cybersecurity? And sometimes what I do is I say, well, if I'm going to allow $3,000 to a particular area, let's say cybersecurity, and there's two stocks that are performing relatively the same. And I'll tell you what, we don't have the numbers right here on Fortinet because we're going over it probably next week. The numbers on Fortinet, this yellow line, look better than the numbers on Palo Alto. But Palo Alto has been around for a shorter amount of time. So what I do usually is I say, well, if I'm going to put $3,000 in a position, what I'll go and I'll say I'll put $1,500 into each stock, because I'm not sure which stock is going to be better than the next. They're both in the same business. Everybody needs cybersecurity. But kind of what happened over in this year in here, and this is 2024, is that the glitter kind of went off cybersecurity and everybody was concentrated on computer chips and semiconductors, and of course they were all looking at NVIDIA. Well, NVIDIA is out now and everybody is looking, are the companies making money? And the answer is yes, both of these companies are making money, and it's a needed industry to be sure. So that's kind of what I like to do. I'm not sure which one of the, well, actually we have both of these in our portfolios, so we like both of them, and that's kind of how we're going with it. We're not sure which is the better company. But when we go over Fortinet next week, you're going to see a nice company with nice earnings and nice earnings growth, and you'll be more inclined to take Fortinet. But boy, the market is looking at Palo Alto very, very closely here, and they like that rising net income that we talked about. So folks, we had a tough week this week. It was the last week of August, which is usually a positive week. We are now in the middle of a 3-day weekend. You go out, you enjoy yourself, and remember, if you want to walk on this beach like Jimmy Buffett once did, and he lived just about 5 miles up the road from here, up this beach. If you want to walk on the beach like Jimmy Buffett used to, then you've got to learn how to invest even better than Warren Buffett does now. All right, folks, stay safe, and we'll see you back here next time.